All right. Well, my name is Arnold Montez. I am with Workforce Solutions. I have my companion, Jason Scallions, and we have four companies that are represented today. And the first person that I'm currently have is Prologistix. Is that Rob?
Yes,
All
Rob
right,
Hill with
Rob
Point
Hill with
Bridge, aka Prologistix.
okay. And so, Rob, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk about the positions you want to talk about, and then we'll go from there.
Excellent. So we're in the search of warehouse workers, material handlers. This is for a company in the Alliance area. These are temp to perm positions. So a 3PL that works with Target stores. They help distribute some of their new product that they're rolling out in the stores. And they're very employee oriented, super friendly, and an opportunity to grow with this company. These positions are hand loading and unloading, processing inbound product for stock and staging, and picking orders.
Okay. And is there certain hours that you're looking for? Certain
Yeah, absolutely.
shifts?
So these are first and second shift positions. They're paying $16.50 and $17.50 an hour. And the first shift is 6:30 to 2:30. The second shift is 3:30 to midnight. We offer unlimited referral bonuses. We do weekly pay every Friday via direct deposit or pay card. We have access to health benefits and retirement plans. We also have the Work Life Academy, which is a free online resource to help you upskill at no charge to you. And even if you're still enrolled in those classes, when you become a permanent employee with the company, you're still eligible to complete those. We also have cell phone discounts and various other buying, benefits, if you will. Okay. So the general job responsibilities are unloading trucks, loading trucks, and moving product through the warehouse process, and then any other warehouse duties as assigned.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions for Rob?
Real quick, I just want to make sure that all the attendees can see what we're putting in the chat. If someone could let us know. And you are welcome to put any questions you have in the chat and we will read them.
All right. I can't see the questions on the chat.
So I do see. How do we apply?
Yeah.
We do. Am I good to answer that?
Yes, sir. You are.
So I have a link that I could actually put in the chat, if that's okay.
Yes, you can.
That would be perfect.
Yes, that would be perfect. Yeah.
And it actually takes you to this actual job. Let's see if I can get this to.
Looks like Kenneth is also asking if a forklift certification is needed.
We validate our own forklift operators. So no, we have a validation center. If you have the skill set and you can complete that process with us in person, then we don't need you to have forklift certification. Working experience is definitely, we're looking for at least 6 months working experience. Let me know if that link came across okay.
Yes, I see that. Kenneth is also asking, do you have any management positions and are you looking for supply chain experience?
So no management positions at the moment. And supply chain or warehouse experience is a big plus, but it's not a requirement. They will teach and train.
Okay, good news.
Any more questions for Rob? All right. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate all your information you've given us here. Appreciate it. Our next presenter is from Primprac, and her name's Nakeshia Norman. So Nakeshia, are you ready to present?
Yes, I am.
All right. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. My name is Nakeshia Norman, and I am a talent acquisition specialist with Printpack. We are located in Grand Prairie. We have 2 plants right across the street from each other, Great Southwest Parkway and Pioneer Parkway. Printpack was founded in 1956, and we are one of the leading manufacturers for flexible packaging. Between the 2 plants we have here in Grand Prairie, I handle all of the hourly recruiting. Right now, we have openings for maintenance technicians, machine operators, machine assistants, and forklift drivers. Our maintenance technician positions, they do require experience. We have different levels from mechanics to electromechanical technicians to electronics technicians. Our forklift drivers do require some forklift experience, but you do not have to be certified. Our machine operator positions also require some machine operating experience. We do have specific machines such as press machines, extruders, blown film. And then our machine assistant positions do not require any previous experience, but manufacturing experience is preferred.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
And I'll ask this because it always gets asked at every virtual interview we do or virtual hiring event we do. Are any of those logistical positions friendly toward folks that may have some blemishes on their criminal history?
So we do a criminal background once we make an offer to a candidate, and we look at each scenario case by case. So feel free to apply, and if we get to that point in the process, we'll definitely consider all candidates if they do have a background. We'll have conversations and move forward at that time.
Great. Rob, do you guys allow anybody with any criminal blemishes on their history for those employment positions?
So like Nakeshia, it is a case-by-case basis. I will say this particular company that we're working with in the Alliance area that we featured earlier is felony-free background in the last 7 years. But if there's misdemeanors, then those would be case-by-case evaluated and determined if we move forward or not after a job offer is presented.
Okay, great. That's always good information to know.
Yep, excellent.
And I know probably another question people may have with the positions, shifts and schedules.
Yes.
So for a majority of our positions, we work 12-hour shifts on a rotating 3-2 schedule. Day shift is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Night shift is 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. The rotating schedule is a 3-2, so 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on, 3 days off. Gives you every other weekend off, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pay for each position is going to depend on experience. I'd be happy to kind of discuss the range with candidates as they apply. And we do offer a $2.50 an hour shift differential for night shift, and we also offer sign-on bonuses.
Okay, that's great. Sorry, Arnold, go ahead.
No, and Ms. Norma, how do they apply for these positions?
Yeah, I'll be happy to include the link to Printpack's career site in the chat.
Okay, and then there's a couple of questions here. Lacey, I may need you to chime in because this has never been asked before, but is it possible to get a print out of the chat, what's going through today? that should be on the recording that'll be on our YouTube. And are there any of the employers aware of any rideshare or carpools available to the locations? So I know that the Alliance area has the bus line that gets out there, and then they actually have a specific shuttle system type thing that goes around and will take you closer to the areas. Arlington has a great rideshare program called VIA. For a small monthly fee, it's basically like a rideshare Uber. So I know last I checked, it was around $20 a month, which is great. And they will take you most places in Arlington there.
And Jason, was that, can you spell that again?
VIA.
Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Also, Jason, to answer your question, I was trying to type in the chat, but so all the positions are also on our website, linked to workintexas.com. I know each employer is also putting their direct link, which you can use either one of those, but I'm going to also put some information in the chat for our attendees.
Yeah, and Rob, follow up, or excuse me, Ron, I am going to post at the end of this, everybody's locations to apply again. So that'll all be in the chat at the end of the session today.
And I saw a question, I think it's for me, about quality control positions. At this time, we don't have any quality control openings. We do have quality technician positions at each plant. So if you are looking for a quality position, I suggest just checking the website periodically on if something does become available.
Great. Thank you, Ms. Norman. Is there any other questions for Ms. Norman? All right. Our next presenter is going to be Tracy Strobe, and she's with Child Care Development. Ms. Strobe, are you ready for your presentation?
Sure, you're gonna have to give me a little grace. This is the first time I've done one of these. So.
Okay, not a problem. Likewise.
Wonderful, we're together then. All right, I'm actually with Colonial Country Club. We have a very diverse opportunities as far as the different fields that we have. A lot of people know Colonial Country Club from the PGA Tour, but we are more than just that. We're fully functional all year long. We are a member or private member owned country club here in the TCU area. A couple of the positions we're looking to fill immediately are a sous chef position, a child lead care or child care attendant lead, and a facilities manager. All those positions do require their individual qualifications as far as length of experience. But we're looking for a little bit more than just experience. We kind of, being a country club, we're in front of those members. That's what we're here for. We're looking for a little bit of personality, positive attitude. With all of our full-time positions, we have 401k match opportunities, medical, dental, vision. We do have an employee referral bonus. Trying to go off of what everyone's already said already to cover all those questions. We do also, for our full-time employees, after the 60 days of employment, offer a discounted payroll deduction for any purchases out of the pro shop. Let's see. We do have, I'm going to go ahead and send the link to apply directly online. I've mentioned quite a few of those positions, but we do have several others. Those change frequently. So I encourage everyone to go to our website, www.colonialfw.com. Take a look at everything that we have available. Some's going to be full-time, some's going to be part-time. Let's see, as far as the background checks, kind of like Nakeshia and Rob, we do run background checks. They are kind of a case-by-case situation. Not every position's going to require that aspect. So we're going to look at that individually based on what they're applying for. So I feel like there's something else I need to cover. And
What about the
that's-
shifts or and pay
We,
rate
okay,
scale?
and that's a touchy question, to be honest with you. We are a country club, so we are open 6 days a week. The only day that we're closed is Monday, so there is weekend shift available and evening shift available. Depending on the position, kind of depends on the shift. We kind of let our department heads make those and kind of coordinate with all the candidates. Obviously, all the ones we highlighted are going to be 40 hours or more, but it's going to be split based on the actual needs of that individual and the department. So working weekends, majority, you're going to have Mondays off. It's kind of our one freebie day, except for those who are in admin positions. So it kind of varies, but our club is operational from 6 a.m. until midnight typically.
Okay, thank you. What about your salary range? Any ideas? Are these?
Kind of depends as well. Facilities manager, based on your experience and what qualifications on licensing you have, possibly up to the 70 to 80 annual. Let's see, the child care attendant is an hourly compensation range. You're looking at probably $17.50 to $20 an hour based on the actual experience. And then the sous chef is again based on the experience level and what you bring to the table for that. So again, the ranges, unfortunately, the salaries are also depended by the department heads as well. So those can range, but it's basically, that's a general aspect based on experience.
Any certain qualifications that you're looking for the childcare or the chef position?
For childcare, obviously CPR and first aid certification is a plus, but it's not required. We actually do a lot of the hands-on training. We have an AED training that we're going to be doing here shortly. So it's definitely a plus. As far as the sous chef, food handlers obviously would be needed, but that's something that we can help with as well. And those are about the only specific qualification requirements. They're both kind of looked on it. The only requirement is the actual food serve, which would be needed upon starting.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Ms. Strobe?
And I met with them last week. They have a beautiful property. It's a very pretty place to work.
It is.
And the annual Colonial Country Club golf tournament, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's an experience. This is the first one that I went through myself, and it's, as an employee, as a spectator, it's definitely something worth checking out. So, but we'd love to have you on our team to experience it behind the scenes.
Okay.
Very good.
Looks like folks are looking for the address, so I'm going to post the.
Oh, I can type it in here.
Right here.
Do you got it, Jason?
I do.
Okay. Yep. So if you go to our actual webpage, you're going to see the actual Colonial website itself. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there's going to be 2 hyperlinks. One is for the member login. The other one's going to click on employment. That's going to take you into our employment link. You're going to be able to see all the positions that are available and apply directly there online as well.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else for Ms. Strobe?
Well, it doesn't look like we have any more questions, but I'll keep an eye on it if we want to go over to Joe and let him talk about some of his positions.
All righty. So yes, our next presenter is Joe de la Garza from Customs and Border Patrol. Joe, are you ready to present?
Yes, sir.
All righty, you're on.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Major De La Garza, I'm here at the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm the recruiter here for Border Patrol. Just to give you an overview of our agency, we're off of the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and then under that, it follows us, Border Patrol. So we're the ones in between the ports of entry. We are looking to fill in positions, Border Patrol agent positions throughout the southern border. So minimum requirements or qualifications for our position is must be a U.S. citizen, have a driver's license, be under 40 years of age, have at least 1 full year of job experience, no felonies, no domestics, good credit history. We're not looking for the perfect person out there. So in reference to drug use, can't be less than 2 years for marijuana, and cocaine use over 3 years or under 3 years. So as a federal law enforcement agency, it does take a while to get on the job. So average time is about 300 days. That's from the time that you go into USA Jobs, apply, and to the time that you actually get the phone call that you got hired. Throughout that time, that process, application process, consists of the entrance exam, structured interview, a polygraph, and your background investigation. Well, that's what usually takes the most time. Pay-wise, just meeting the minimum qualifications you can come in as a GO7. Start off at about 51,000. Once you get to the academy, that's a 6-month academy. You graduate, your pay is going to jump up 25%, putting you about 67,000 on that first year. By your third year, there's a progression every year. You're going to progress 1 grade up all the way to a GS12. Once you get to that GS12, you'll be making over 100 grand. We do have 4 different announcements on USA Jobs. 2 are for our general announcements, and the other 2 are for veterans. So if you're a veteran and you qualify for the VRA, it'll shorten up the process a little bit, but you still meet for that GO7. Or if you have some law enforcement experience already, you can qualify for the GO9, going in as a 1 grade up. And again, we got positions all across the southwest border, all from down Texas, California. Any questions?
It looks like Kenneth has a question, Joe. He's asking if you have any positions here in the DFW area, and also if you have any positions for people who may be in the 50+ range.
So we don't have any positions in the DFW area. I've been fortunate enough to be, I'm basically the only one here, just as a full-time recruiter, as a temporary assignment. But all first entries, applicants will go to the south border somewhere. And just to add to that real quick, we do have about 12 locations that you can select that'll add another $5,000 as an incentive. And everybody that passes the academy gets another $5,000 also as an incentive of passing. In reference to over 50, we don't, not as a law enforcement agent, but we do have some positions as a mission support that they could qualify for. I'm not right now recruiting for that, but I can also once I put my link on here, send me an email and I can at least direct you to what positions are available for somebody that's over 50.
That's great, thank you. And it looks like Cassandra is wondering, is it necessary to be bilingual, and do you offer relocation assistance upon hire?
So you do not have to be bilingual up front. Once you go to the academy, everybody that goes to the academy will go through a Spanish course. So if you know Spanish or you don't, you're still going to go through a Spanish course and you'll still be tested and graded on it. You must pass that. And in reference to relocation, we don't pay any initial relocations as entries. The only thing is incentive is that $5,000 once you graduate the academy. That could assist you with some location costs or relocation costs. But down the road in your career, there are positions and details that you can put in for that they would pay your relocation if need be.
Great. And if you covered this, I apologize. I just want to make sure it got covered. As far as benefits, what type of benefits do you guys offer?
Well, in reference to, I guess, in pay wise, you're definitely going to get. Let me look at this real quick. If you are a veteran, or if you want to continue on with your reserve service, We do offer 15 days of military leave for that. When you start earning your annual leave, you start off at 4 hours per pay period, whichever 2 weeks. Once you get to 3 years, you start earning 6 hours. And once you hit 15 years, you start earning 8 hours. 4 hours of sick leave every 2 weeks throughout your whole career. And that never goes away. I currently have 1,800 hours, so built up. You know, I never get sick. But those are some of the things. Holiday pay. If you work nights, so from 6P to 6A, you'll get a 10% on top of your base pay. And if you work Sundays, that's another 15% also. Also we also have a 401k. Agency matches 5% on that.
Oh, that's good. And I believe you answered this, but your training is paid, correct?
Correct. Once you get hired on and at the academy, you start getting paid.
Yeah. And
you're being housed and you're being fed, so you're not spending any money.
that's great. And it looks like Arena is asking, do you have to be a U.S. citizen or can a legal citizen apply for the job as well?
So you have to be a U.S. citizen or naturalized U.S. citizen, yes.
Great. Well, let's see. Guys, I'm going to leave the panel open for just a minute. And so if anybody has any questions, now's your chance to ask. I will go ahead and put all the information back in chat here in just a second in relation to if you wanted to follow up with these folks. I'm also going to put a link for our upcoming events and the links so that you can make sure to get to their websites to apply for the jobs we've talked about today. And Kimberly, I'm going to post those right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Now, I do have a question. You said it takes your hiring process takes 300 days. Is that correct?
Yes, that's the average timeline right now. A lot of it is just because of that background. Investigator has to go through a lot because of the security clearance.
Security clearance. So if I were to apply for a job and then so it would take 300 days before I actually officially start?
Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure I got that correctly.
It could be sooner. A lot of it just has to do with submitting paperwork, documents. The sooner you can submit those required documents, the sooner it'll get done.
The process works.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Could speed up the process for you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So the plan is to apply with Joe, and while you're waiting, you go and apply with Nakeshia and Rob and
There you go.
No, I don't think that's fair for them, for the rest of them, okay? Because they train them, Joe and Rob and everybody would be train them, and then. So I don't think that'll work, Jason, but thank you. Good idea. You're in mute though. If you're talking, you're in mute.
I was just teasing. So I'm posting the links right here below for everybody. In case you missed it and you'd like to learn how to apply.
And for the panelists, our next virtually hiring event is going to be on October the 20th. So if you're interested in participating on that, just make a note, put that on your calendar. October the 20th from 11 to 2 will be our next virtual hiring event.
And Joe, it looks like Cassandra is asking if you can provide the exact placement locations. Do you happen to know what cities are available?
We have most, if not all sectors running from the Rio Grande Valley sector there in like close to McAllen, Texas, all the way down to San Diego. So Arizona, New Mexico, we have a lot of locations out there. I have a long list. What I'll do, I'll submit the link for that, and that'll show all the locations that are open right now.
Great. Let's see. Uh-oh, and I'm going to have to replace that link. It didn't come through.
So Joe, when they go on your website, they'll be able to see what city and state you're actually hiring for.
Correct. Well, I'm gonna submit my my link right now. Once you register to my talent network, I'll send all those documents, locations, everything that what they would need. And as a local recruiter, they can reach out to me to for resume reviews, and I definitely can walk them through the whole application process too.
Okay, thank
Great,
you.
And it looks like we did have one more question for all the panelists. Is anybody looking for anybody in the information technology field right now?
For Prologistix, we don't specialize in that sector, so it would be a no for us.
Nakeshia, do you guys ever have any need for IT?
So I would say no here locally. If you are open to relocating, our corporate office is in Atlanta, Georgia. And so that's where most of those positions would be.
Okay.
And there may be some remote opportunity as well. Because it's a salary position, I don't handle recruiting for salary positions, but I suggest checking the website. That link will take you to the careers page, and you can filter by location, or you can search specifically by job to see what we have available in the IT realm.
Okay. And Aruna, I'm going to send you my email. Feel free to follow up with me. I do work with IT companies, so I'd be happy to make some connections there if nobody has a good fit for you here today. Looks like Janet is asking, does anybody have any remote work currently?
I do not.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say for us, it'll probably be the same. It'll be on the salary side, and you'd be reporting probably to the corporate office in Atlanta.
And Kimberly, I'm pretty sure I can answer the mortgage question. I don't think any of these folks are going to have any positions related to the mortgage industry. But feel free, maybe you and Arnold could connect after the fact. He does work with some of the companies who focus on the business sector.
So Jason, real quick on the remote question. So Prologistix does it, but EmployBridge is our parent company, and our REMX division, they do have remote, what I would call office or office professional positions. And I've got a link that I can share in the chat for the branch that is in Dallas that handles those positions.
That'd be great. Thank you. And Cynthia, I see your question about the quality technician. Someone asked that earlier. There was no quality control positions available from these folks today. Let's see.
And for the person who was asking for that mortgage industry, I'm going to be typing my email address so you can reach out to me.
That REMX might have some mortgage positions as well. They specialize in that. So
great. I'm putting my email here in the chat as well. So regarding the IT positions, feel free to reach out and get your resume in my hands, and I'll see if I can make some connections for you. Tracy, it looks like Cassandra is asking, taking the child care attendant role, would there be free child care as a benefit to that position?
Our child care is strictly for our members, so there would not be, unless they were a member of the club.
Thank you, Tracy.
And yes, he did say REMX. Rob, I'm gonna repost that, or Kimberly, excuse me, I'm gonna repost that here for you. That was the link that Rob just shared with us.
and that same link that I shared earlier for REMX, that takes you to their branch page. and even gives you staff bios of the team. And you can reach out to Keith, Karen, or Nancy, Anna, or Taryn.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And just a reminder to all of our job seekers, we do this on the third Thursday of every month. So I'm posting a link in the chat now so you can keep up with our virtual hiring event days. This one that I shared the link for is specifically for September, but if you move to the calendar view, you can see all of our upcoming events. And I'm going to post a little more links so you can see some of that stuff directly as well. And it looks like our next one is going to be on October the 20th.
Right. From 11 to 12, same time.
And I'm just going to put in a plug. Jason probably will repost this, but we have 2 very large job fairs coming up. One on September 28th in Alliance. And then our biggest event of the year is Hiring Red, White, New. So to the employers on this, if you're not signed up for Hiring Red, White, New, you can reach out to Jason, Arnold, or myself. But to the attendees, it will be at the new Ballpark Globe Life Field in Arlington on November 10th from 9 to 2. And we'll have over 150 employers. So it is a big event. It's open to everybody. The focus is veterans, but it is open to all attendees.
And that's an in-person event.
And what was the time on that again?
That is Hiring Red, White, and You. It's a statewide event. It happens across the state in all 28 local board areas, for the most part on the same day. So if for some reason you were in San Antonio, there's one that day as well. So, but ours is November 10th, 9 to 2 at Globe Life Field in Arlington.
See a question in chat for Joe. It says here, how long does it take to go from a G07 to GS12?
It'll take you 3 years. You start off as a 7. Following year, you'll get your 9. Following year, your 11, and then your following year, 12.
Thank you, sir.
Anything after that is management. So you put in for management position, you'll get that 13.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any other questions. If they pop up, we'll keep going on that. I'd like to thank all the panelists here that were here. Joe, Ms. Norman, Rob, Ms. Strobes, appreciate you participating with us. Thank you for your time. And as Jason had mentioned, that we'll keep the chat room open. If you folks want to stay on there on this link, you're welcome to. We'll keep it open for 5-10 minutes to answer any other questions or to go from there.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.